Good morning, Terraria players, and welcome back to another episode of the Calamity mod 1-block challenge. Don't forget to do what the algorithm likes, it helps out the channel. Let's take a look at the mods used in this run, with Calamity and the 1-block challenge mod by Jamorbius Bond, alongside Fargo's Mutant and Magic Storage. If you have any mod suggestions, big or small, let me know in the comments below. I do take suggestions. Now, let's resume this run, all the way to the Moon Lord, now with the 1.5 update of the 1-block challenge mod. A small note before we actually begin, I accidentally completely skipped over Duke Fishron in my stuff that I do for editing, like the outlining and scripting and stuff like that. This is just me adding it as I'm doing the voice. I forgot Duke Fishron, but I did kill it and got the Duke Fishron rings after a little bit, so yeah. Now let's get back into it. To start off, I had been AFK mining the new updates since it held Calamity blocks now. I also made some Drayden power cell factories as well. With the new materials, I crafted some astral crates, which is a recipe added with the 1.5 1-block update. I was able to get the final piece to craft the star-tainted generator. It allowed minions to inflict a lot of debuffs, gave more minion slots, and 7% more minion damage. Pretty strong. I then crafted the Miracle Fruit, another 25 health upgrade, then the Resurrection Butterfly, a new summon weapon that created a pair of butterflies to attack enemies. It used silk to make, but fortunately silk could now be crafted through the 1-block mod. The next weapon I made was the Wither Blossom Staff, an upgrade to the Ice Blossom Staff from episode 1. I then made a new armor set, the Hydrothermic Armor. Now that Scoria Aura was in the 1-block, I had easy access to it. Its set bonus did a lot. I'll just let you read it, it'll take too long for me to say it out. Afterwards, I made the Hadal Mantle, a set of wings to go with the Hydrothermic Armor. It gave 5% extra damage with Hydrothermic Armor. Next up, it's time for the first boss of the episode, totally not accidentally skipping Duke Fishron. Ravager time. His summon item was made from lizard blocks and solar tablet fragments. Small note before the fight, as I like to do. Get ready for the fight to be hard to see. There's a lot of projectiles. Yeah, I swapped away from this armor set right after that. Let's get into it. Ravager down. Inside its treasure bag, it held a fleshy geode, which could be cracked open for some perennial scoria and cryonic bars, as well as a few of each core, a weapon from its loophole, its revengeance mode item, which increased the duration of rage by 1 second, and it had a chance to drop a few accessories that mess with your health bar, like doubling it or whatnot. I then went right into the Lunatic Cultist, crafting the strange tablet from the 1-block challenge mod. Without further delay, let's fight the Lunatic Cultist and get into the worst part of the game, the pillars. Enjoy! Cultist down. Before I did anything else, I crafted the Heart of the Elements finally, now that I had the Ancient Manipulator. The true waifu accessory, now mine to place inside a mason jar. Now onto the pillars. The world was pretty funky and acted weirdly with the pillars. Some of them, like the Solar and Stardust pillar, worked perfectly, but the vortex barely spawned any enemies, unless I kept running out of the radius and back in. I went for the Stardust pillar right away, getting enough fragments for some upgrade. I crafted this Status's Curse, an upgrade to the Status's Blessing, which added Shadow Flame to the debuffs I dealt and gave another minion slot. I also crafted the Stardust Dragon Staff, a vanilla special. I then finished the third pillar, the Nebula pillar, so I could craft the Eye of Magnus, a more powerful Lunac Eye. More damage and it healed health and mana when it hit. With all that I needed, I went and defeated the final pillar, starting the impending doom. Moonlord time, enjoy the fight. Moonlord down. The post-Moonlord phase of Calamity has begun. When he went down, he spawned Exodium clusters and Luminite ore in space, and made new enemies able to spawn in the Hollow and the Underworld. Luminite also now spawned inside the one-block pool. Inside the Moonlord's treasure bag it held a Celestial Onion, which gave an extra accessory slot. Very good upgrade. To round out this episode, let's make some last upgrades. Using the Luminite, I made a full set of Stardust armor. I made 2 new weapons with the Luminite and Galactica singularities, which were made from multiple of each lunar fragment. I made the Flowers of Morality and the Elemental Axe. The flowers were an upgrade to the Wither Blossom staff, and the Elemental Axe was an upgrade to the Plantation staff. I don't know how that works, but okay. The flowers made 5 rotating flowers around you, and the axes were axes that attacked enemies. The final upgrade made this episode was that I upgraded my Angel Treads into Seraph Tracers. And with that, we finish up this episode. Let's take a look at upgrades made over the course of this eventful episode. For weapons, I went from like 4 different summon weapons at the start of the episode to the Resurrection Butterfly, Wither Blossom Staff, Stardust Dragon Staff, and ended on the Eye of Magnus, Flowers of Morality, and the Elemental Axe. For armor, I went from the Plaguebringer armor to Hydrothermic armor, then back to Plaguebringer, and then on to Stardust armor. For accessories, I upgraded to the Star Tainted Generator, Heart of the Elements, Status's Curse, and the Seraph Tracers. In the next episode, we take on Providence, one of the highlights of the Calamity mod. Stay tuned for that next week here on Bladeburger. See you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Bladeburger out.